Let's stick with China and bring in Michael Pillsbury. Michael,
Thanks, guys.
Great to see you, and you're the perfect person to be here as we get this breaking news. What do you make of the statements from President Trump and the future relationship with China right now?
Well, I think it's extremely important, Ashley. The president wrote a book about 20 years ago in which he used the term, there's a good China and there's a bad China. And then he listed what the good China does and is and praised them. But then he warned, if the hardliners get in control, the bad China begins to emerge. So this posting really is his announcement, tremendously important announcement that he's had enough. He's given Xi Jinping 8 months. Each time that President Trump says Xi Jinping is my friend, the talks are going well, everything is okay, each time they kind of slap him in the face. They refuse to buy soybeans at all from the United States farmers. This shock yesterday that they're putting export controls on a wide variety of high-tech things, it's really quite an insult. So I say, God bless President Trump. He's really had enough. And by threatening not even to come to the summit meeting, I hope the Chinese will react. They have a custom of testing, and then if they find steel, they withdraw. And let's hope that's what happened, Ashley. If it doesn't happen, then we're talking about the global economy really being in trouble as the two global superpowers fight it out.
It's interesting, isn't it? You get into the psyche of the Chinese leadership. I mean, Trump has called them out, to your point. He's just put it out there saying, look, you're being impossible. I'm fed up with this. What's the point of going to the summit and meeting on the sidelines when you're going to behave like this? What does Beijing do now, do you think? Do they just let it sit there for now?
No, according to the 100-year marathon, Ashley, they'll have a debate. The hardliners are going to say, stick with this, even escalate. Let's be even tougher against the Americans. The more moderate people who are used to dealing with, they have PhDs and master's degrees from Harvard and Stanford. The more moderate reformers are going to say, President Xi, you're gambling with our economy. We could have a huge recession, even worse, if you don't meet with President Trump and make some concessions. Soybeans, the list is pretty clear. There are some secret things that President Trump hasn't mentioned yet, but I think he's saving that to see what this first Chinese reaction will be just in the next 24 to 48 hours. So this is a very tense period, Ashley.
It certainly is. So do the moderates win out or the hardliners?
I know both of them. I know I give them a chance to speak in my book. The hardliners tend to look down on America. They think we're weak. They think we're what they call a paper tiger. So it's okay to be tough with America on Taiwan as well, to have military exercises around Taiwan every day. The reformers are trying to say, no, the Americans may be weak in the long term, but in the short term, we got to be careful because President Trump could really hurt us if we make the wrong move now. So the world waits to see what the Chinese have to say about this. I hope they do the right thing, Ashley.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned the Chinese economy earlier in this interview. Where is the Chinese economy right now, and can they afford to be in this kind of trade war?
Well, we've got our own debate going among our own economists. A lot of them say the Chinese economy is really bad, about to collapse. Their zero growth rate. I think that's wrong. I think they're in a modest, 4% growth for this year. They're not going to collapse. And this feeds the hardliners' view in China that our economy really isn't that bad. But they've been known to fudge the statistics. It's hard to know what the Chinese economy really is these days.
Yeah, it really is, because you take those economic reports with a grain of salt. Are you surprised? Are you surprised, Michael, that we've come to this, or is this pretty much the playbook of Beijing?
I'm with President Trump. Good China, bad China.
Yeah.
There's always a chance that the bad China will come out. I think a lot of this has to do with Obama and Biden letting China get away with so much. You may remember when Obama put up the 5 photos and said we're going to arrest these hackers. That never happened. Biden didn't really implement the Trump agreement at all. So in a way, the Chinese are still channeling, maybe Biden and Obama are still in the White House. I think it's a big mistake for China to think that way.
Indeed. We'll have to
We got
leave
a
it
new
there.
man there.
We'll have to leave it there, Michael. But thank you so much, Michael Pillsbury, the perfect person to talk on what's going on between the US and China. Thank you, sir.